Seems, my friend, lovers of liberty, that today is a great day because, as I have noted, and I hope you noticed before, I'm hearing, and a lot of people are suggesting behind the scenes that Joy Behar has been given a copy of the home game. But what's even more important is the news that Media Matters is imploding. This is Soros's propaganda rag and empire melting under the spotlight and melting perhaps under what we consider to be at long last this wonderful thing called justice, which is critical and beautiful, and I cannot tell you how we are so winning. It is not even funny. We are beyond winning. And I want you to pay particular attention to this. So first of all, let's not beat around the bush. Media Matters for America was never, ever journalism. It was never news. It was never truth to power. It was George Soros's or USAID's, I'm not sure, but his pet project, a propaganda mill that was designed to gaslight Americans, good Americans, truthful Americans, proud Americans, patriots, to destroy conservatives. Remember, to protect Democrats and the radical left, and to declare war on reality. But now it is dying, and we are here for it. Watch. It's over. This Soros-backed censorship cartel, this organization, this sewer, this swamp, this crooked, power-drunk gang of professional smear merchants and libelists, it's finally facing the one thing they never expected: accountability. Real, legal, financial, existential, fixed, actual accountability. And it's poetic justice. Media Matters is collapsing under its own bloated ego, its rotten and fetid mission, and the wreckage of its corrupt and sick and anti-American war on free speech. It's over. Hallelujah. Huzzah. Huzzah. We are watching it implode before our very eyes in real time, and it is, well, as you can probably guess, it is glorious. So the first factor, the Elon effect, the lawsuit they can't spin, that they can't get away from. Don't forget Elon, God bless him, never let him go. Enter Elon Musk, billionaire, free speech absolutist, public enemy number one of the establishment left, and somebody they never thought they could deal with. Somebody bigger, badder, and more authentic than Soros ever was. And don't believe anything. This guy is as phony. He is a cutout. He's a Potemkin village. He is some type of a stand-in for the powerful. He didn't have the money. Others did. Remember what I'm telling you. When Elon Musk took over Twitter and then turned into X and all that stuff, he started ripping the curtains back on big tech collusion. And Media Matters went full panic mode because they've never been challenged effectively. Their playbook was to lie and distort and cheat and prevaricate and fabricate. Then they would pretend that they were just researchers. But Musk caught them red-handed. The lawsuit his team filed was not some hollow PR stunt. No. It was a surgical strike backed with evidence showing how Media Matters manipulated Twitter's ad placement algorithm to create false impressions of hate speech. Oh, it was beautiful. And they didn't just stumble into a mistake. Oh, no. They engineered a narrative deliberately to bankrupt Twitter and paint Elon Musk as some sort of digital Klansman or some hate monger, some hate merchant. Classic Media Matters tactics. And what you do is you start with the conclusion, I should say, and collusion, and you manufacture the evidence, pretend it is journalism. You kind of a backwards retro engineer what you call the truth. But this time they picked the wrong target. Elon has the money, boy does he have money, and the reach, and the clout, and the momentum, and the gravitas. His lawsuit triggered investigations and audits, and now lawsuits from states like Texas and Missouri, legal bills piling up, donors are ghosting, staffers are panicking, they're freaking out, they know it's over. Media Matters is burning through millions and the walls are closing in, and they know it. and they know it, and it is glorious, my friend. Panic in Sorosville, big time. The donor class heads for the hills. They took the last train for the coast the day the music died. See, Soros wanted a weapon, and what he got was a liability. See, because for years he was just unfettered, unchecked, untamed. You know, Media Matters was the left's favorite attack dog. And they silenced dissent, and they demonetized opposition, and they worked in collusion with the radical left, and they pumped poison and falsities and libel into the American discourse and the mainstream of discussion. But now their brand is radioactive. The lawsuits have turned their offices into legal war zones, and their reports are being shredded under deposition and cross-examination, and it's beauteous. It's kind of like good lawfare, or just law. Their lies are now the evidence. You see, donors don't like subpoenas. They don't like headlines about fraud. They like anonymity. They like the clout that comes with silence, silent influence. And they definitely don't like their money funding criminal investigations. See, they're fickle about this. They're not in for the long haul. They're in for the convenient kind of a stick, the prick of the matter. Speaking of pricks, well, I'll let you play with that pun. Now, behind the scenes, insiders, everybody are talking about layoffs and restructuring and pauses and reallocation of funds. And yeah. Translation, this operation is circling the drain. It's over. It's dead. And the Soros machine has plenty of gears. But this one is broken. Broken beyond repair. Oh, it is glorious. Media Matters never cared about truth. Truth didn't matter to Media Matters. Media Matters. See, that's in essence what they're saying. You should call it really Media Matter. It's plural now. Anyway, but it was the media. It was the influence. That's what mattered. This wasn't a noble watchdog organization. This was an enforcement arm of the Democratic Party. This was a digital Stasi that took marching orders from the DNC and from Soros's checkbook, or his alleged checkbook. Because I'm telling you right now, he was the front man for this. See, they never fact-checked CNN's Russian collusion hoax. We're doing it now. They never called out MSDNC's COVID hysteria. They never questioned the Steele dossier. They never questioned anything. But if a conservative radio host said the word patriot too loudly, or dared to explicate or expatiate the message of Trump, Media Matters called for cancellation. If a Fox News guest raised an eyebrow about, gender ideology or the usual maybe drag queen shows, they screamed hate speech. They never gave up. They were good. Operative word, were. Their goal wasn't accuracy, it was compliance. And now their mission is turning into smoldering ash. Because once you lose your legitimacy, you don't get it back. Not with a press release. Not with some kind of rebrand. Not with another Soros injection. No. That game is up, and so is the name Soros. And that weird, freaky son who just got married. Read between the lines, Sparky. Read between the lines. This is what justice looks like. What we are witnessing, my friends, and they couldn't come at a better time, is the slow and painful collapse of one of the most dangerous and lethal propaganda outlets in American history and political history. For decades, they ran the show with impunity. They were bulletproof, ruining lives, destroying reputations, and they loved it. And they're vicious. They turned political opposition into, career-ending scandal, and they just had another scalp on the wall. But now they're on the defense. Now they are the story, and they don't know how to handle it. You see, their staffers are tweeting or whatever you call it, nervously. Their leadership is ducking interviews. Their defense in court amounts to saying that they're just a nonprofit. Sorry, not anymore, kids. You don't get to wrap yourself in the First Amendment when you're actively working to silence and to censor others. It doesn't work anymore. It's over. And you see, this is what they have to understand and what everybody has to understand. They declared war on freedom, and freedom is finally fighting back. Remember what I always said, the pendulum is going to swing back like a wrecking ball. And the collapse that we're seeing, it's earned and justified. You want poetic justice? Look at how this is playing out. Now, of course, don't go to CNN or MSDNZ. See, the organization that tried to deplatform and demonetize and cancel conservative Americans, that one is now being sued out of existence. The group that bragged about taking down Tucker Carlson can't even afford to pay its legal bills. The smug, I guess, X or Twitter hall monitors, I still can't say X, but those who used to sneer and kind of dismiss disinformation are now facing depositions that expose their own coordinated deception. It is biblical. It is historic. It is beautiful. It is earned. It is glorious. You see, Media Matters claimed to be for America. Remember, Media Matters for America. In reality, they were against everything America stands for, everything you stand for. Free speech, free debate, honest journalism, they hated it. Hated it. They were a hit squad. They were like brown shirts. They were like their own like intellectual Antifa. Talk about oxymoronic. There were these anti-thought squads disguised as think tanks. And now they're nothing but a pile of scorched, hypocrisy, BS. I think the BS. And it's Soros' failed legacy. Out in front. Oh, it's over. See, this was supposed to be one of George Soros' crown jewels as he, moves off into the horizon. A lasting legacy of leftist influence over American media. Instead, it's a warning. It's a cautionary tale. I guess you call it a monument to what happens when arrogance and lies and ideology and unchecked power all kind of collide. See, George Soros wanted control, absolute control. He wanted to own the narrative. But his once thriving empire is rotting from within. Media Matters was never about truth. It was about intimidation. And now, oddly enough, all the intimidation in the world can't stop the bleeding. Celebrate this. Understand how delicious this is. The lawsuits will continue. The funding will dry up. And the echo chamber of Media Matters, the echo chamber that it helped build and construct, will collapse into the black hole, if you will, of its own lies and dishonesty. This, as you probably have figured out, is a moment to celebrate. So yes, stand up, exult, help us, join us, celebrate. Let us celebrate every staffer packing up their desk. Let us celebrate every Soros-funded puppet squirming under oath. Let us rejoice. Rejoice in every conservative voice that gets a little louder now that the censors are choking on their own script. It is a glorious day, a great day to be an American, a great day to be a patriot, and a great day to be a purveyor of the truth. Media Matters going down is not just a win for the right, it's a win for America, for the internet, for truth, for us. For anyone who has ever been lied about, listen to me, smeared or silenced by these ideological vandals. Wikipedia, you're next. But we'll wait. We're patient. We're patient. See, the house of cards is falling. The empire of manipulation is burning. And George Soros is watching his project, his once beloved project, turning into a smoking, smoldering, flaming crater of legal debt and public shame. Good. No, great. Because in the end, my friend, in the end, dear patriot, truth always survives the lie. No matter how loud they scream, no matter how much money they burned and burned through. No matter how many careers they tried to kill and killed, they never owned the truth. They only feared it. And it's going to come back now and bite them in the ass at other places like you can't believe. And now they answer to it. Now they have to They have to abide by the truth. So we sit back and we say, dear friends, let them fall. Let them fall. Rejoice. What saith you? I ask you, dear friends, if you enjoy what I'm doing, purveyor of the truth, to enjoy this, I ask you, number one, to please, first and foremost, number one, subscribe. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. For reasons I shan't understand, 85% of the people who watch our videos don't subscribe. That's number one. Number two, like this video. Like the video. Liking is the metrics that put us into the HOV lane of disseminating the truth. And we are still fighting to make sure our message comes through. I also have some questions for you in comments. Go to the comment section, and I love your response. What do you think? Are you happy? Are you not? What have I got wrong? What's your take? But in any event, I ask that you first and foremost comment as you see fit.